What is up, people? This is Oracle. We're back online for an M19 draft. I haven't been able to upload too much lately, and I wanted to upload a little bit earlier, but since the set came out, but didn't have time again. If you like this content and like to see some more, head to my Twitch page. There's a link in the description. You can try to see me draft live or watch the VODs afterwards. But I will not be able to upload much more than once a month on this YouTube channel, or I think. I have a couple drafts under my belt, probably around 30, so I feel like I have good, good understanding of things, even though there's more to discover. Three best options here, I think, are, well, Lieutenant's good, just good rare, nothing broken, but good. Heroic Reinforcement, double colored, but very strong in its own archetype, which is Go White Red. And Lich Grass, which is probably the best removal in the set at common rate. Maybe the best common. Yeah. It's pretty close. I gotta go with Lich Caress. But if you're really into that, you can go with a white-red card. It's really good. And Tarn Luton's really solid creature. Nothing good in black here. The best card are, I think, Shock. Divination's pretty good if you're blue. Surge Mare's also pretty good, and Gallant Cavalry. I've been liking blue-black control quite a bit, so I could see picking Divination or Surge Mare. We also passed a white-red aggro card, so maybe going white or red is not best. There's a bunch of tools for the white-red go white deck here. I feel like we're not going to see a lot of white and red back too. I think I kind of like just picking the Mare. It's pretty good. Blocks early and then wins the game. And then, I mean, by win the game, I mean it can attack for a pretty good amount. Sometimes they're playing green, you get some random attacks out of nowhere because they can block. Looting is nice, it's just a solid creature. You don't want to be too aggressive, because if you're very aggressive, you'll not get to spend the mana every turn efficiently, but that's quite interesting. We're not picking a blue or black card, they are too weak. We have two options. Basically, Electrify. We've seen Shock, now Electrify, so, you know, chance red is somewhat open, even though it's still early. And there's Poison Tip Archer, which is just a great card. It looks maybe innocuous, not that great. It's really amazing. Pretty much trades with anything, and it's very hard to raise. The ability is excellent. I've been very impressed with this card. I think I'll go with it for now, and we'll see. Interesting. Could go with Patrol, which is all the gold cards are very good, but another one of these good gold card. Or Strangling Spores, which I found to be weaker than I expected. It looks like a good card. It's been somewhat impressive, a little bit overcosted, I feel like, but still, you will always play it almost. I don't love playing 3-color necessarily. We could be blue, black, and splash for these, but these are kind of mid-range / aggro creature, and if we're blue-black, we're going to be pretty controlling. Yeah, just like picking Strangling Spores. I think it's very likely we end up playing black. And again, card can't really go wrong. I'm gonna pick Archer here again. Secure our main color. Archer is pretty good. There's a couple of solid blue. I mean, there's like basic Divination, which I would not mind playing, and Basilisk, which is fine, but we know we're black, not so sure about the other colors so far, so there's Switcheroo if you want to be blue, but you need some kind of bad creature for Switcheroo to be nice. Like, if you have a couple Omen Speakers, it gets quite a bit better, or some Aviation Pioneer. Currently, we have nothing great to give them. I think the card is fine, but not insane. It works pretty well with the Salvager of Secret, 2/5 that buys something back. You can trade it, you can get back the Switcheroo, it's kind of nice. Of course, it's going to be Courser, which is a 33 drop in case green ends up being. Been fairly impressed by Abnormal Endurance in the set. One more mana than the original one, the Supernatural Stamina, but been really nice. There's a bunch of sweet anti-raffle abilities. That being said, we might be picking Boar. A reason not to pick Boar is we already have a couple 4 drops. 4 4-drop curve is pretty loaded. It's a good aggressive card that's sometimes difficult to stop for them. Nah. Well, but again, I've been very impressed with this card, and we know where black, green is still maybe a question. So I think I'll go with Endurance. Late Divination. Maybe it should be blue more than green. Two-headed's always fine. But again, there's so many 4-drop you can get, I don't think it's priority. I think we'll pick Divination. Keep our options open to maybe blue. I don't think we'll have enough artifact to run that, but maybe. All our charge is kind of cool. Fortnite Wolf, fine, quite replaceable. And like 4, there's a lot of things you can play on 5, so I think we're just a little bit more interested in fixing for the potential green deck. Like Dress for the side. Chill is an option if we end up playing blue. Basilisk is fine if we play green. Currently I like our green a little bit more than our blue. And we have a black-green land, which also, you know, makes it maybe a little bit more appealing. Black is certainly going to be our main color, or one of the color of our final deck. And yeah, I'm not sure what we'll see back to. We passed some very good white-red, I think, at least in the early picks. And that's a Thorn Lieutenant, so we might not see enough green, I don't know. Well, this pack is awesome. I think Vampire Sovereign is the best uncommon set. Maybe? Question mark. It's at least my favorite to cast and resolve. It's very good with Endurance. It's just really good in general. I mean, it looks good. I knew it would be good, but I've been exceedingly impressed by this card. We might wheel Straining Spore or Bloodletter or Contract. Contract is not bad. Draw 4, lose 4 life for 5 mana, basically. It is playable. I would if we wheel one of these 3 cards, I would play it probably. The Spore, I mean, almost for sure Spore, Bloodletter, or Contract. But yeah, Sovereign is just awesome. Well, I tend to play this card a lot in the blue deck, but you already have divinations and whatnot, and sometimes it feels like kind of a too much. I do like it a lot more in deck that don't have access to card advantage, or a lot of card advantage easily, like, you know, black-green. Fool's fine. Mine-Rot, it's a pretty good Mine-Rot format. Usually Mine-Rot is your like 23rd / sideboard option. I've been pretty happy with making Mine-Rot in M19. But yeah, I think I like the Encyclopedia. And let me look at the curve. I think we're leaning towards green. Probably very heavy black with a little bit of green. Rocks Oracle is pretty good, but we might need to start getting early plays. I like Courser quite a bit, but maybe it's just cool. That's... I thought we put some people into white. Or speak Wrath of... it feels a little bit better than Wrath of God, because one more mana in limited doesn't matter that much. Usually you're not gonna need to play it on turn 4 necessarily. And then destroying artifact and enchantment can be very relevant. This card is very good. We could pick Diamond Mare. It's a fine early play, especially if you're close to monocolored. Not the worst. Fighter's playable. Box Stomper is a little better than it looks like. I don't know, I'm gonna pick that, see if we see a bunch of white somehow. So I don't expect that to be very likely. Skyscanner is good, fits any deck. Plays well with Endurance. Really easy pick for us. Other Endurance. I think we're gonna pick first Waltz over second Endurance. Skeleton Archer is a cool one. All the entrances, okay. I mean, I think card's pretty good. We need some early plays though. We have nice late game, nice recursion. We need to make sure we're like not doing nothing early and then die. Bloodletter Willing is amazing. We'll play anything here. Maybe the axe, probably not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they play white-red aggro and they felt like they didn't want a Wrath of God in their aggro deck, but still, it's in a really solid card. Okay, Centaur is nice. Basilisk is replaceable. This is more of 6-drop. Usually you want to curve out and then you start doing that when you have nothing more to do, maybe on turn 6. So we're good on 4s, good on 3s. We could use a little bit more removal, right? But we have a couple things. I don't mind playing 1-box Thumper. So since we're playing green, we can just jam Coastal Dreadmaw, which is better. We get one. We need some 2-drops. 1 and 2-drop with good enter battlefield or leave the battlefield abilities would be nice to go with its endurance. Like Doom Dissenter, good defensive 2-drop, plays very well with endurance. The Assembling Skeleton, decent defensive 2-drop, plays somewhat well with Poison Tip Archer and Waltz. You can discard it to Waltz. Stuff like that. Colossal Majesty is pretty good, but it's not looking good here. We have just the Box Thumper as our 4+ power creature, so I don't think we want it. Bloodletter is good though. Yeah, I'm happy to pick it. We want 2 and 1-drop. I mean, 1-drop if they are decent like this one, I guess, but we need early plays more than 3s, but currently we have no other option. So that's fine. Still nothing that costs 2 or less. Rock's Oracle's good though. We can use some more 5. And it plays well with Endurance. So it. I think we might play another one. There are so many good 2-drop in green too. You have Dread, Greenseeker, 1/3 that, you know, look at the top card. You tap it, look at the top card. If it's a land, you draw it, so it's really strong. There's the Root of the Coal, 1/3 that produces mana. And there's Greenwood Sentinel, which is not really good, but I think we're gonna pick it here because we need 2-drops. It's fine. It's like, it's not much better than just a 2/2 for 2, but we need to feel the curve, I guess. Ooh, other Archer, sweet. Man, there's a Druid though. This could wheel. I don't think it's gonna wheel, but let's say someone picked that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if no one's playing Black-Green, it's probably gonna be taken at some point. I think we have to pick the 2-drop. Even though if you're straight up Black-Green, I think if you're already Black-Green, this card is higher power level. But I think we need to be good. Ramping into these oracles seems like a good plan. Pains me to pass the Archer though. Rejuvenator is nice. It's another card that works well with Entrance, possibly. For this reason, I like it a bit more than Gift, I believe. But in general, I think I like I've never missed with it. You can miss, but it's not super likely. And if you miss while you're looking for lands, you're putting 5 non-lands on bottom, so it makes it more likely you draw land in the future too. But for me, it's almost like 100% chance to hit, or I don't know what the exact odds are. But the 1/1 body has been way more appealing than 3 life on average. We're not gonna play a third one. Maybe want that in some matchup. I don't think so, but how did I manage to move cards? Oh, is it another pack? No. I managed to swap those cards. Weird. I don't think I ever did that. This is a fine option against aggro deck, I guess. And sideboard deck. We're gonna play one Titanic Cross, why not? It's a shame that the deck is a little bit light on 2 drops and removal, but pretty good all around. We couldn't seem to find early plays though. I like Spider more than Gargoyle here. That's gonna be the main deck. Average. I had some better black-green deck. We have this amount of card advantage. We have a lot of creatures that replace themselves. Waltz, Encyclopedia. We have less removal than I used to have, or that you can sometimes have. It's really cool that almost all of our creatures produce value when they enter the battlefield. Oops. And also, yeah, the 2 endurance should work really well with what we have. We're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 enter battlefield abilities, plus Archer is really strong, and when they manage to finally kill it and you get it back, it's usually backbreaking, so that's another good target in a way. Just gonna go 8/8 plus Foul Archer, even though we have 2 double black, they come pretty late. I feel like a lot of our early plays, some of our early plays are green too, so we just want an even mana base. More than trying to get more black. I'm gonna take a screenshot and we'll get to play. Hope you enjoyed the draft. Again, you can head to my Twitch page if you want to see more content. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you for round 1.